dudes and dudettes? This will probably be a fixologist video, so Brad the Fixologist here. This is a little Behringer 802 mixer that recently quit on me. I'll be honest, I've left this thing on for years on end. Because these have no on-off switch on the things, there's no way to turn it off. You have to unplug it physically to turn it off, and I just never got in the habit of unplugging it after I was using it. So, because it's just it was kind of a pain in the butt to get to the plug, and I just didn't bother. So left it on, and basically it has consumed itself. The lights on it and everything still work. I'll plug it in here. So it looks like there's somebody home, but there really isn't. It looks like maybe the output, there might be somebody home, because when I turn up the main mix, I'm getting signal, at least some kind of signal that comes up. So there's signal going up and down in the thing, and I do have, power lights here, and I have the 48 volt phantom power light, which comes on. I could turn that on and off. Eventually, I think this fades away. Eventually, I can't remember now. There's capacitors in there, I think, that hold charge and keep that light on for a little bit after I've turned the phantom off. But at any rate, this thing is not passing signal for some reason. At least it wasn't. Okay, so I'm gonna try this Shure Beta 87A. This requires phantom power. Let's turn it on. Plug this in. We did get something there. Check, 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 check. Is it actually working now? It's gonna make a liar out of me. Let me see if we get something at the output though, because I think that's where my problem really was. Let's try headphones. Check. Oh. Okay, we're getting a terrible buzz. That's what it is. Here, I'm just gonna hold these headphones up to the microphone. This is very crude, I know, but sorry. This is what I'm hearing out of the headphones. It's just a lot of buzz. A lot of buzz. Let me see, does this go off when the phantom power is off? Hang on. It seems to be coming from the channel somewhat. But also it's in the background the whole time. I can turn down the main mix the output volume, and I'm still getting it. I can turn down the mix and the headphones, and I can still hear it. So it's in the power supply. We've got bad caps in the power supply, which again doesn't really surprise me considering this thing has been on for years on end. This would probably be a good candidate to modify and put a power switch in it. I don't know why they just didn't put a power switch like right up here where you could access it, have it push, or one right here by the thing. There's plenty of room here. You could have had a power switch. I guess that would have added what? Probably 30 cents to the cost to make it or something. 50 cents. That's kind of Behringer for you. Do we have a problem with this? Is it any channel or is it just the first channel? No, it's every channel. So the noise is getting amplified by the amplifiers in the channels 1 and 2 at least. 3 and 4 don't seem to be affected at all. Let me just get let me put just some kind of cable in here, like so we have some kind of input going into them. I am getting signal on 3 and 4. Getting signal on 5 and 6, so we're getting signal through there, but we've just got massive amounts of noise. That's what it was. See, I'd forgotten. I tried to this was the mixer that sat above my bench here, my desk, or it didn't sit above the desk, it sat to the side, and my microphone, this microphone, sat above the desk to capture all of the sound when I was around this desk working. I found it was a better sound coming from this condenser Shure overhead than having relying on the microphone internally with whatever camera I was using, but not when the thing starts buzzing, and which is what happened with one of my videos. All the audio was completely trashed for a video that I was making because I didn't realize this thing was had issues. So let's go ahead and unplug it, and we'll get those caps all draining. We'll open this thing up and see what's going on. We've definitely got some issue with caps, I would say. Get a little bit bit more light over here. This would be one of those things that, you know, probably 9 out of 10 people would just throw in the garbage, considering they're less than $100 to get a new one, and most people wouldn't even bother. They would probably just throw it away. Considering it's a Behringer anyway, they would just throw it away and write it off, buy a new one, which may be what I should do, but I'm not quite built that way, so we're going to see what we can do to try to fix it. We've got a heat sink right here, which is very hot. I can feel that. Just pull these side supports off. And usually on a mixer, you're going to have to probably disassemble the entire thing to do any kind of troubleshooting anyway, so that's what we'll do. I don't think those gain knobs had to strictly come off. I think they probably could have stayed, but I'll take them off anyway. Now what are we holding? Oh, right there. This is a very small mixing board, and you know that's what you have to do to get one apart. And imagine a larger one, you know. Take all that time I just spent and multiply that by however many channels you got. There we go. All right. Almost guaranteed we've got issues with the filtering. So here's where our power comes in. We've got our rectification diodes. Well, I don't think we need rectification. So what would those diodes be? Protection diodes, maybe? Anyway, we've got a raft of diodes here. No, it is AC power. Okay. It is AC power in, so we do have rectification diodes. I thought those were on the... There's a brick. The reason I said that, because there's a brick on the power supply off camera over there. It's on the floor. I forgot about that. There's a brick attached to it. I thought that was a converter, a DC converter, but it's not. This is actually kind of cool, the way that they've got these lock nuts, or these lock washers, excuse me, in here. They've got these in here where they're kind of crimped on so they don't fall out. They don't fall off of those. That's cool. But whatever's causing the noise is universal to the entire board. These are probably voltage regulators, and it's possible that one of those is bad. Oh, right there. There it is. There's our problem. I see it. Okay. You see how much taller? See how much taller that capacitor right there is than all the surrounding capacitors? That's because it's blown up. Yeah, it's completely blown its top. You can't really tell it. The only way you can tell is just by looking how tall it is compared to all the others. It's blown up at the bottom, and there's even some material leaked out onto those diodes right there. I thought at first that was hair or garbage, dirt, you know, something like that. That's what I thought that was, but no, that's electrolyte that's come from that blown up capacitor. So let's replace that capacitor. Maybe actually replace this one next to it also, because although that one didn't blow up, it's of the same type, same age, and it's been exposed to all the same conditions as the one, its neighbor. It's probably even the same value. It looks like the same value. 470 at 35 volts. Let me see if I've got what I've got that's close to that value, and we'll rip that out of there and replace it. First of all, where is it? Okay, so this is the number 1 cap right here. This is the number 2 cap that we got to take off right here. Okay, let's get on it. Let's see if we can just wiggle it out while we heat it up. think I'm pulling the cap off of it right now. That's what I did. Pulled the whole cap off. Okay. Yeah, this is not wanting to cooperate. Half this thing is already destroyed. I'm just going to see if I can pull the top off of it, the rest of the top. There we go. That's most of it. That's what's left of it. There's just one little lead that's left over. It's hanging there. See if we can get that out without destroying the pad. There we go. There it is. All right, what I say, 470 at 35 volts. Let's see if we can find one. The two diodes that are closest to where that exploded, those are more corroded than all the others because they were covered in that material, and don't know how long they were covered in it. And sitting there bathing in that probably didn't do them any favors, but they look okay. See if we can't get this thing working, because I need to use this to record another video. You start one project and you realize you cannot finish that project until you get 3 other projects done. Okay, success. I found a 470 microfarad at 35 volt, so that's exactly what we need for this. Negative to negative. Hoping that gets it. Okay, now let's plug her in, get a signal in it, and see what it passes in terms of signal. All right, we need to make sure phantom power is on, which is this button. We need to make sure we've got some trim, headphones, and here's our master. We'll put those about halfway up or something like that. Check, 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 check. There we go. Crystal clear, no buzz. There, let you hear it. Okay, so here's what we got coming out of here now. It's crystal clear with no buzz at all, and sounds pretty good. That's exactly what we need. All right, so this thing's fixed. We're gonna button it back up